Friday, and I'm planning on meeting up with a new friend. Her name is Alyssa, and we're going to meet up at this new cafe. It's called Communal Coffee, and it's my first time, but she's been there before, and she told me some great things about this place. So I'm really excited to check it out, and I'm super excited to really get to know her. So I'm about to leave in a few minutes. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For the month of June, my favorite moment would have to be my meetup with Alyssa of Coffee and Convos. So my new friend Alyssa and I befriended each other on Instagram, as most people do. So we met each other earlier this year. I believe it was in February, if I checked correctly. But I remember she commented on one of my posts about the Alchemist book. So I just checked out her account, found out she's from the San Diego area, and I instantly just thought I would add her because, I don't meet too many creative people here in San Diego. So I thought I would add her. And then later on, I found out she has this passion project that she calls Coffee and Convos. So the whole concept behind Coffee and Convos is pretty self-explanatory. She goes out and meets new people over a cup of coffee, and she listens to their story because she believes, and I believe too, that everyone has a story to tell, and that the best conversations happen over a cup of coffee. And I so believe that 100%. There's just something about coffee and just being in a coffee shop that really just opens everyone up to just sharing their thoughts, sharing their life with other people, like their best friend or just like colleagues or, just people in general. And that's just the beauty of it. So we met up that Monday, went to Communal Coffee, which is off University and Texas Street, I believe. And it was just so much better in person than in photos because I actually follow them on Instagram. So when Alyssa asked me which coffee shop I wanted to go to, I instantly thought of Communal Coffee. So the coffee shop is kind of like a joint business. It's mainly a coffee shop, but also at the end of the coffee shop, there's a flower business called Native Poppy, which really adds so much freshness to the coffee shop and just so much beauty. So I love that whole aspect of it. And they were also selling some awesome like stationery stuff, but I really controlled myself because I knew that if I just looked around and I would have bought everything. We were able to find some seats up front, so that's where we sat, and we both didn't really eat much that morning, so we both ended up buying an avocado toast. I got mine with egg, of course, because avocado and egg is like my ultimate combo for breakfast, so I had to get that. I don't want to make this into like a mini slice of doodle, so I won't go too much about the food and the drinks, but yeah, so with avocado, it was really good and flavorful. And the first coffee I got was their lavender honey latte, which was really interesting. I loved it. I had it iced. And then after I was finished with that, we both ended up buying a second cup of coffee. I forgot what she got, but she treated me to their sea salt caramel mocha. So yeah, it was in this really cute clay mug. I think it was really cute. So thank you, Alyssa, for that. It was really good. So once we finally got some food in our stomach, we started our first coffee and convo session. So that's just when I told her about my art journey. She asked questions about, you know, how it all started, where I went to school, and just like my whole process, and just, you know, everything about Urban Sketch. I think that's what I mainly talked about. But I won't go too much about what I talked about because she's actually going to be sharing my story on her website as well as her Instagram at Coffee and Convos. So be sure to follow her on Instagram. I will leave a link down below so you can read about my story. I'm pretty sure she will have it up soon. I don't know exactly when, but yeah, so be sure to check her Instagram out. I felt so relieved because honestly, I don't have many friends like in real life that really understand this whole creative journey that I'm on. So telling her everything about my journey, I felt so comfortable with her because, you know, she understands this whole journey, how it's so much easier now, especially with social media, to gain more exposure with art. Yeah, I was just really happy that I was able to connect with her because I knew instantly that she would understand. So in between all of that, she asked me like if I brought my sketchbook with me, and of course I'm always prepared. Honestly, I pretty much bring my urban sketch stuff with me almost every time I go out. So she was really excited when I told her that I brought it with me. She flipped through it, took some photos, and so I kind of just shared some of my process with her, and just kind of explained everything that goes in my head when I'm drawing. To me, it's really interesting when other people look through my sketchbook because it feels like they're entering a different world, like they're entering my own little world. So I love seeing their reactions. Alyssa was just so fascinated by my whole sketchbook, and I don't know, it really makes me happy and it warms my heart. After our session, she asked me if I can urban sketch, and I was actually a little nervous but also excited because I was really itching to sketch that day. So thankfully we found a spot near the corner of the shop near the window, so there's more natural light coming in, and the table we had was cute because it had like a bouquet of flowers, and yeah, it was just a great spot for me to sketch because I was able to see everything in the shop. So it did take me a while to kind of figure out what I wanted to sketch, but once I got it figured out, I started right away. Lately, now that I have been sketching more and going out to like different coffee shops and just other places, I believe that I have become more confident and more calm in the sketching in front of people, because before, when I first started out in urban sketch, I was really hesitant and very shy, just, you know, being around other people, because I didn't want them to look at my sketch, and, you know, I didn't want them to come up to me and be like asking me questions, because I'm really just, I don't know, I'm not much of a social person. So when I'm sketching, I usually just like to sketch and not have anyone like bother me. But I've gotten so much more used to being around other people, and I'm more open to people coming up to me. If you follow my Instagram, then I did mention that from now on, I want to start sketching straight from pen. So I was really nervous because I ended up sketching people, and, you know, I was still trying to get used to sketching people in motion. So I was still kind of slow on that. But even though I did make mistakes, I just brushed it off and told myself, just learn from these mistakes, and that there's always a new page waiting for you to improve on. This session I had with Alyssa was probably one of the best things I've ever done this year, because I think it's really important to collaborate with other people and just building a community with people who understand what you're doing, especially people in the whole creative field. I definitely am trying my best to do more of that. So thank you, Alyssa, for connecting with me and just listening to my story. Also, I hope this inspires you all to go out there and meet new people, go to coffee shops, and share your story with other people and just connect and inspire each other. That's really important, I feel. So that is all for my moment diary for this month. I hope you all enjoyed it. As always, create every day, stay motivated, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Oh, there he is. Hi, Tommy.
Hi, Tommy. I guess we didn't sweep him.
So for the month of May, my favorite moment would have to be Park Day with Maddie Face Case.